Exploring the purpose and impact of hell in religious teachings. A psychological perspective. The concept of hell and sin has long been intertwined with various religious traditions. While it is true that some individuals have used these concepts to manipulate people through fear, it is important to recognize that not all religious practitioners employ such tactics. Religion at its core seeks to provide guidance, meaning, and a moral framework for individuals and communities. The philosophy of hell often revolves around the idea of an afterlife where individuals are rewarded or punished based on their actions during their earthly existence. The notion of eternal punishment in hell for unrepentant sinners has been used by some religious leaders to instill fear and control over their followers. By emphasizing the consequences of sin and the horrors of hell, they aim to influence behavior and maintain authority. The manipulation of fear and guilt. Similarly, the concept of sin plays a significant role in religious teachings. Sin is often defined as an act that violates divine law or goes against moral principles. It serves as a moral compass, guiding individuals towards virtuous behavior. However, the fear of sin and its consequences can be exploited by those seeking power or control. By manipulating people's guilt and fear of divine punishment, they can exert influence over their followers. It is crucial to recognize that these manipulative practices are not representative of all religious traditions or practitioners. Many religious communities promote love, compassion, and personal growth rather than fear and control. Religion can provide solace, community support, and a sense of purpose to individuals seeking spiritual fulfillment. The question of whether we are born with an innate moral compass or develop it as we grow has been a topic of debate among philosophers and scientists. While the exact origins of our moral sense are not yet fully understood, research suggests that humans do possess an inherent capacity for morality. Our upbringing, interactions with others, and exposure to societal norms play a crucial role in shaping our moral values and behavior. Religion can provide a moral framework for individuals and communities. However, it is not the sole source of morality. Many people hold ethical principles and act morally without adhering to any religious beliefs. Empathy, compassion, and a sense of justice can arise from secular philosophies, cultural values, and personal experiences. There is also a strong scientific evidence that humans are born with moral compass and compassion. The metaphorical interpretation of hell. The concept of hell has been interpreted in various ways across different religious and philosophical traditions. While some view it as a literal place of eternal punishment, others perceive it as a metaphorical representation of suffering or a state of mind. Metaphorically, hell represents the inner turmoil and suffering that arise from immoral or harmful behavior. It serves as a cautionary symbol, reminding individuals of the potential consequences of their actions. In the realm of consciousness, the concept of hell can be seen as a metaphorical representation of a certain level or state of consciousness. It refers to a state of being where an individual experiences extreme suffering, anguish, and negativity. From a psychological perspective, hell as a concept can be understood as a manifestation of deep-seated fears, unresolved traumas, and negative thought patterns that keep individuals trapped in a cycle of suffering. It represents a state of consciousness where one feels disconnected, isolated, and overwhelmed by negative emotions such as fear, anger, guilt, and despair. In this state, individuals may be consumed by self-destructive thoughts and behaviors, leading to a sense of hopelessness and despair. They may feel trapped in their own personal demons, unable to find peace, fulfillment, or a sense of purpose in their lives. This level of consciousness is characterized by a profound lack of self-awareness, compassion, and acceptance. It is important to note that the concept of hell is subjective and can vary from person to person based on their beliefs, experiences, and cultural background. For some, hell may be associated with religious or spiritual beliefs, while for others, it may represent a psychological or existential state of suffering. The purpose of understanding hell as a concept of consciousness is not to instill fear or judgment, but rather to highlight the potential for growth, transformation, and transcendence. By acknowledging the existence of this state of consciousness, individuals can become aware of the negative patterns that keep them trapped and take steps towards healing, self-discovery, and the cultivation of higher levels of consciousness. Ultimately, the concept of hell serves as a reminder that our consciousness is not fixed or static, but rather a dynamic and ever-evolving aspect of our being. It encourages us to explore our inner landscapes, confront our fears, and strive for a state of consciousness that is characterized by love, compassion, and inner peace. In addition to the previous discussion, it is important to acknowledge that when individuals are in a state of fear, their emotions can be easily manipulated. This is because fear and stress activate the body's stress response, leading to the production of stress hormones that keep the individual in a dysregulated nervous system and a state of survival mode. In survival mode, the amygdala, which is a part of the brain responsible for processing emotions and detecting threats, becomes highly active. This heightened activity causes the thinking part of the brain, known as the prefrontal cortex, to go offline to some extent. As a result, individuals become hyper-focused on fear and danger, hindering their ability to engage in rational thinking and emotional regulation. This state of fear and stress can have several psychological and biological effects on individuals. Firstly, it can lead to a distrustful mindset, causing individuals to be more suspicious of others and less open to new ideas and perspectives. This can hinder personal growth, learning, and the acceptance of change, as individuals may fear the unknown and prefer to stay within their comfort zones. Moreover, when individuals are in survival mode, they tend to become more egocentric, primarily focusing on their own survival and the well-being of their immediate family. This can create barriers to getting along with people who hold different views and beliefs, ultimately hindering the unity and acceptance of diverse ideas among all people. From a psychological and biological perspective, it is important to understand that these responses are rooted in the natural instincts of self-preservation. However, it is crucial to approach these discussions with compassion and empathy, recognizing that fear and stress can impact individuals' thoughts, emotions, and behaviors in ways that may inhibit their growth and hinder their ability to embrace new ideas and perspectives. By acknowledging the psychological and biological aspects of fear, stress, and survival mode, we can foster a greater understanding of why certain manipulative tactics may be effective and how they can impact individuals' ability to think critically, empathize, and engage in healthy dialogue. It is important to approach these discussions with compassion, aiming to create an environment in which individuals feel safe, supported, and empowered to explore new ideas and perspectives. In conclusion, the concept of hell has been used in religious teachings to spread fear and manipulate people, but it is important to recognize that not all religious practitioners employ such tactics. Religion can provide guidance, meaning, and a moral framework for individuals and communities. Additionally, morality is a complex concept that is influenced by various factors, including innate predispositions and environmental factors. The interpretation of hell varies among different belief systems, and it can be seen as a metaphorical representation of suffering or a state of mind. By 𝗠𝗂𝗋𝗃𝗏𝗧, Knowledge is Power,